Ladies and gentlemen, welcome in. It's our 2018 Old Town Grill High School Football Game of the Week season opener. Tonight we are in New Tazewell to start off the 2018 season as the Claiborne Blue Devils here on Throwback Night play host to the Oneida Indians. Both teams come in off a playoff appearance last year. Both teams looking for some momentum early in the year to get to the postseason once again. One team walks out undefeated, the other one takes their first blemish. Who walks out the winner? Stay tuned to find out. It's the Indians of Oneida. It's the Blue Devils of Claiborne. It's our Old Town Grill High School Game of the Week, and it's next. The junior lining this one up for Oneida at the 40-yard line. Claiborne's got a deep receiver at the 3 and 2 back at the 10. And the wait is over. Toe meets leather, and the 2018 season is underway. Ball be taken, bobbled, and taken at the 12. To the 15, to the 20, up the middle to the 25. Still going past the 30 to about the 32-yard line. That's where the Bulldogs will start, the Blue Devils will start with a K. Came out a first down and 10 on the run by Livesey.
We mentioned his name in the pregame, Storm Livesey, the sophomore running back, bobbled the opening kickoff just a little bit. Maybe those jitters coming in, but once he secured possession of the football, he was just a few steps away from breaking that wide open for an even bigger game.
He was. So the Blue Devils will have a K and came out of first down and 10. One receiver to the left side, two to the right. Starting quarterback is Stone, goes under the center, split backs behind him, looking at 4 down linemen. Stone hands off up the middle, past the 35, or right to the 35-yard line. Goes the Blue Devils, and on the first run from scrimmage, give it to Greg Goins.
As we see the Indians defensive unit line up on that first down play with 3 linebackers built to kind of combat Claiborne's running power. We'll see how it works for Oneida defensively, but a nice play to open things up on the first official snap from scrimmage this season.
Second down and 7, ball in the near hash mark. One receiver left side, again 2 to the right. Stone goes under the center, 2 backs behind him. He's going to hand off up the middle. Oneida's got this one figured out. Getting 1 yard on the run is Livesey.
So far, give the advantage in the trenches to Oneida there on second down. It looks like the Indians' defensive line, those 3 down linemen, have really found out the hole in Claiborne's offensive line thus far. Again, just 2 plays in. We'll see if Claiborne tries to go to the outside here, maybe with a play-action pass for third down.
That'll be third down. Let's call it right at 5 yards to go. 10:53 and counting left to go first quarter. First offensive drive here for Claiborne. Ball again on the near hash mark at the Blue Devil 37-yard line. One receiver to the left side. 1 to the right. Split backs behind Stone. Play clock's at 5. Stone's going to roll off left side, right side. Looking. Stops, pops, throws. It's going to be incomplete. It was intended for Spencer Varajan, but he comes back and plays defense against West. And Claiborne will go 3 and out.
It was nearly the quarterback who picked up the interception there for Oneida. A nice play, as you said. Fageron had to play defense there to bat the ball down. It seemed that when Stone was rolling to the right side, he had a receiver that was running the curl route, but it didn't seem that if he would have fired that pass, it would have been enough to move the sticks and force the first down. But a very risky pass from Claiborne on third down. That's going to force a punt, most likely, although we see the Bulldogs, or the Blue Devils, I should say, here tonight. Their offense maybe lining up to go for it.
Actually got Evan Poor.
There he is.
He's going to drop back deep. Oneida has 2 receivers deep, 1 at the 30, 1 at the 25. Good snap. Poor. He's got all kinds of time. Gets a nice, high, short kick that will take a Claiborne bounce and be picked up at the 32. To the 35 and going down around the 40-yard line is the Indians. And that's where they will start with a K and came out on first down and 10. As on the run was Colby Morgan.
Morgan, the sophomore there with the punt return, and now Oneida with a pretty decent field position here to start their first drive of the contest. Give them the defensive win for the first series, nearly causing a turnover there on the third down play. And we'll see how Claiborne's defense responds, getting on the field quickly.
One receiver to the left side. Tight end split to the right. Quarterback in the gun with the back to his left side. It's going to be a handoff on the opening play to the 40. And going down about the 42, 43-yard line on the initial run was Matt Hood, number 15.
Interesting play to start the drive off for Oneida, landing everybody up on the left side and sending Wood over to the right between the tackles. And kind of reminiscent of Claiborne's first play. A minimal gain and gets the running game opened up.
3 yards on the run, sets up 2nd down and 7. Ball in the middle of the field at the Oneida 43-yard line. This is their first offensive possession. 1 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. Tight end split to the right. Pistol formation for the quarterback. He's going to hand off up the middle to the 45, coming to the near sideline and taking a hit and falling forward past the 50 into Claiborne territory to the 48-yard line is Hood, and he will pick up enough for a K and K Middle first down and 10.
You can already tell from that run there that Hood, the senior, is going to be a leader for this Oneida team. You can tell that he is a tough ball handler. It's going to be hard to force a fumble out of Wood's hands, as that was very nice ball security. Several Blue Devils ran into Wood there. He was had the strength there to push through the chains and get the first down.
Ball's in Claiborne territory at the 49-yard line. It's a K and K Middle first down and 10. Ball's on the near hash mark. Indians will split 2 receivers to the left side. Tight end split to the right. Quarterback again is West, stands in a gun. Man in motion now left to the right, and they'll hand off to the man in motion. He's to the 45. He's to the 40, still on his feet to the 35. We've got one person left to beat, so to the 30. And eventually there's going to be a flag on the play inside the 25 to the 24-yard line. And on that run was Zach Couch, 35.
Zach Couch playing in a kind of like a fullback there on that play, lining up as with the split backs and 2 receivers. It really kept the Claiborne defense guessing. The Bulldogs had no idea what the Indians were going to run, and it turned out for a big gain.
See what this penalty is going to be? Holding against Oneida. Now, it's from the spot of the foul, so they'll still pick up some of the yardage.
Looked like it was at the tail end of that play.
It was right at the end. Couch was trying to zigzag the defender and just got his team tied up on that one. So the 10-yard penalty will mark it back to the 35-yard line, and it'll still set up a K and K Middle first down and 10 for Oneida, now on the far hash mark. 2 receiver to the left side. Again, tight end to the right, shotgun with the back to the left side. Man in motion now from the right to the left as they hand off to the near side to the 35 and up the middle past the 30. And that's going to be Bryson Buttram to the 29-yard line.
Same formation as the play before for Oneida. Worked well again going up the middle. The running game is very persistent for the Indians so far. Claiborne having trouble here stopping the run consistently here on the first series.
2nd down. Let's call it 4 yards to go. 1 receiver off to either side. Quarterback in the gun, back to the left side. He's going to hand off again, coming up the middle past the 30, past the 25, and going forward to about the 21-yard line on the run was Buttram.
2nd straight carry for Buttram, the junior running back who also plays linebacker. No reason to go to something different when the play keeps working as it is. The chains keep moving, very similar to the last play. Just line it up between the tackles and pick up another first down.
It's a K and K Middle first down and 10 for Oneida. 2 receivers to the right side.
No guesses here what the play will be.
West in the gun has it back to his right side. He will hand off to the left side. This is Buttram to the 15, trying to find to the corner to the 10, and he will drag Blue Devils into the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida, with 7:46 left to go first quarter.
The Oneida offense let the Claiborne defense know exactly what they were going to do on the play. They knew that they were going to hand the ball off to Buttram again for what turned out to be the 3rd straight carry for the junior. He rides it all the way into the end zone. The Bulldogs secondary, they're way out of position, and Buttram dives into the end zone for the first score of the day. A picture-perfect drive for the Indians.
On for the hold will be Benji Lambert. On for the attempt will be Chitwood. Snap is down. The attempt is up, and the attempt is no good. Off to the left. Time out of the field. 7:46 left to go. Our new score. It is Oneida 6. It is Claiborne 0.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
Back out to Claiborne High School, where with 7:46 left to go, Oneida just scored on a 6-play drive going 60 yards. 2:36 off the clock, and they picked up right where they left off against this Claiborne team last year, running the ball through the tackles. Really, like you said, they just used really 1 or 2, maybe 3 different backs. They run down the field 60 yards, and they're on the board 6-zip.
Yeah, and the third back proved to be the most effective for Oneida. Buttram, the MVP of the drive, fitting that he gets the touchdown.
Ball will be picked up off the kickoff at about the 15-yard line, and Claiborne will be going down at the 25-yard line. That's where the Blue Devils will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10. Should make mention, we did talk about this in the opening. Oneida in the road unis, orange pants, white jerseys, orange numerals, white helmets with an orange stripe. The Oneida O with a spear through it. Claiborne in their white pants, blue, navy blue jerseys, white numerals, white helmets with the number on the side with a stripe down the center of it. It is first down and 10. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Split backs behind Stone. Stone, option plays, going to keep it himself, does a spin, takes a hit. He's past the 30, and he'll be taken down about the 32, 33-yard line.
And that's the best play of the early ball game for Claiborne so far. The play action, or I shouldn't say play action, but the fake to the running back for Stone to carry the ball up the middle. And he took several hits from some Oneida defenders and kept onto the ball. Very nice, tough run for the sophomore QB.
He got 8 on it to bring up second down in a long 2. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Again, Stone will go under the center, split backs behind him. Oneida now with a 5-man front, looking at a 5-2. Stone pitches out to the right side to the 35, going down to about the 36-yard line. On the run was Goins.
Don't think that Claiborne got as much out of that play as they wanted to. Nonetheless, they get the first down. It was a good job from the Indians to prevent that from being any further, but a nice play call nonetheless from Coach Medlin. Everything had been up the middle so far, so he pitched the ball near the far sideline, and it's enough to move the sticks.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10 now for the Blue Devils. Their first down here of the contest. Ball on the far hash mark at the Claiborne 37-yard line. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Split backs behind Stone. 6:34 in counting left to go first quarter. Stone's going to drop back, looking to pass, looking for a receiver out, and it's complete to the 40, to the 35, and down in Oneida territory at the 32-yard line. On the reception was Logan Daniels. Excuse me, that's 15, Hayden Holland.
What a catch from Holland. Eli Stone knew exactly who he was throwing the ball to before that play was even snapped. A play designed for the junior wide receiver Holland. The first time his number was called this evening, and he came through in the clutch for Claiborne. What a play, beating the defensive back in what was one-on-one coverage. Unquestionably the best play of the game thus far for Claiborne.
32 yards on the pass completion, sets up another K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball in Oneida territory for the first time this evening for the Blue Devils. It's on the near hash mark at the Oneida 31. One receiver to the left side. 3 to the right. Flag now on the play. I'm not real sure who this is going against. Came out of the backfield, and it's going to be an illegal substitution on Claiborne. So the Blue Devils will bounce it back 5 yards.
First penalty of the game for the Blue Devils here on the evening. It's curious that we're in the middle of the second drive for Claiborne here, and Bryce Law's number has not been called thus far for the Blue Devils. But I have a feeling with both of them being just sophomores, they will be saying Stone to Holland very many times over the next few seasons.
First down and 15. One receiver left side, 2 to the right, tight end to the left, ace backfield behind Stone. Stone hands off to the fullback, up the middle, past the 35, and forward progress to about the 32-yard line. And that was Matt Cupp.
Another first-time ball carrier this evening for the Blue Devils, being Matt Cupp, the senior fullback. Showed that ball a little bit as he was going down, risking a fumble, but nonetheless was able to secure it and go down and get almost back to the line of scrimmage.
Ball at the 32-yard line, second down and 11. One receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Actually, one to the right, wings off either side. Man in motion from the left to the right. Stone, pitch out to that man in motion to the 35. Trying to get to the edge. Flag on the play to the 30. To the 25. Taking a monster hit over on the far side and going down to the 19-yard line. But I believe this one's going to come back on the run by Laws.
Yeah, I think that's going to be a hold against the Claiborne offense. Again, they did the same thing that they did with Holland on the deep pass. They waited, they baited the defense in before they gave 15 the football. They did the same thing with Laws on the nice pitch play. Unfortunately, it will be coming back. And how about the quarterback, Elijah West, lowering the boom there on the hit on the far sideline?
Holding against Claiborne. They will eventually spot the ball because it's 10 yards from the spot of the foul back to the 43-yard line. So that'll bring up 2nd down and 22.
I like the defensive game here of Elijah West, the junior quarterback for Oneida, but he's showing that he's just as versatile on the defensive end. Nearly made that interception in the first series and with a big tackle there.
2nd down and long. One receiver to the left side. One to the right, wing to the right. Stone goes under the center. Ace backfield. Man in motion from the left to the right is Laws. Stone's going to roll out to the left side. Stops, pops, throws into double coverage. Did he catch it? He caught it. That is a completion down to the 23-yard line into the hands of Holland.
Boy, if the sophomore keeps this up, then Holland will be in for a spectacular 2018 campaign. You had a feeling that Claiborne would put the ball in the air on 2nd down and long. They faked the same play they ran before to Laws on the pitch. Everyone went right except for the receivers, and Holland made a fantastic grab, diving to the turf, and all of a sudden it's 3rd and short.
3rd down and 3. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Again, a wing off to either side for the Blue Devils. Stone will go under the center. Ace backfield. Look for Laws on this side. Man in motion now from the right to the left. And we're going to get false start as that was Livesey on the far side of the line jumping.
The best thing about that previous pass completion to Holland for the big gain is that it opened up 4th down territory options for the Blue Devils there, momentarily negated with the false start penalty, the 3rd flag of the drive for Claiborne. Again, first game of the season. Got to clean some of those mistakes up if they want to stay on top of the Indians.
Clock running, 4:14 in county left to go first quarter. This is the 2nd offensive possession for Claiborne. Oneida leads this one 6-0. They went down the field in 6 plays on their opening drive. One receiver to the left side, one to the right. Wings off to either side. Stone goes under the center, ace backfield. Laws in motion, left to right. Pitch out to Laws, and we're going to get a stoppage as we get another flag on the play, and it's going to be a false start again against the Blue Devils.
Just the slightest movement there from the Claiborne Bulldogs' front line that caused that penalty. We can see that Claiborne is liking to move Bryce Laws into motion with that pitch play off to the right side, what they were planning on again. And all of a sudden, it's a 3rd and short that turns into 3rd and behind the line of scrimmage again.
3rd and 12 now for the Blue Devils. Ball still in the near hash mark, this time at the Oneida 33-yard line.
And you see they take Laws here to the sideline. Looks like we want to have a man in motion on this play as the play clock continues to wind down.
Under 10 seconds on the play clock as the Blue Devils come to the line. 2 receiver to the right side, 1 to the left. They got a wing. They're going to split the wing to the right. Stone just does get the play off. He's going to step back in the pocket, steps up, and he will be sacked. Stone could not get away from the Oneida defense, and he'll eventually go down to the 38-yard line for another loss of 5.
Stone was just able to avoid the outstretched arms of the junior defensive lineman, Creighton May, but the rest of the Indians' defensive line was there to pick up the slack off of the mixed tackle. There was not much that Stone could do there as he was pressured immediately, and now that's going to force most likely a punt for the Blue Devils.
4th down and long.
Circle those last couple of plays there as Claiborne was really in scoring territory off the 2 huge passing plays to Holland, and that negates all those with the penalties and the sack on 3rd down. It's going to cause a punt.
Poor is going to step back to punt this one. No rush by Oneida. Poor will put this one just into the end zone as it just does roll about 2 yards in. Thought that one might die, but it will not. And Oneida will take the ball out at the 20 off the touchback with 2:36 left to go here inside of this first quarter.
Well, clearly the positives for Claiborne on that opening drive, they were able to move the football, especially through the air. Was surprising to see the athleticism that the sophomore Hayden Holland has, making those 2 phenomenal grabs for those big gains. Obviously the negatives for the Blue Devils were those penalties and then the third down sack. We'll see if the defense can come up big now after having a nice rest to try and stop this rushing attack of Oneida.
One receiver to the left side, one to the right on a K&K middle first down. West in the gun has two backs. He'll hand off up the middle to the 25, to the 30, and going down near the marker is the Indians. As on the run was Morgan.
And it was already a misstep before the snap even began for Claiborne. The defense for the Blue Devils wasn't entirely set, and that caused a very nice first gain for Oneida. The Indians' rushing power working like a well-oiled machine thus far here in the first quarter.
It's another K&K middle first down and 10, this time at the Oneida 31-yard line. They'll spin two receivers to the near side. That's where the near hash mark is. Quarterback in the gun has a back to his right side and a wing to the left. It's going to be a handoff up the middle, and Claiborne will try to drag the Indian down. I believe that was Morgan again, and Morgan brings the ball to about the 35-yard line for a gain of 4.
Good job from Claiborne there to prevent a further gain, as the defensive line for Claiborne was able to push that run to the farther sideline, was able to stop what would have been a much bigger gain, but tackled the ball carrier at first contact, which is something they hadn't done very much thus far in the second drive.
Second down and 6. Two receivers left side. Wing in motion now right to left. Hand off to the wing to the 35, and Claiborne will attempt to stop, and it'll be Colby Boyett, number 20, stretching forth. And I think it's going to be close, but it's going to be third down.
Another first-time carrier for the Indians, as it's Colby Boyett off the right sideline, another junior running back. We've not heard Bryson Buttram's name thus far for Oneida. He could see a carry here on third down and short, or they could give it right back to Boyett, who just picked up a very nice gain to see if he can get past the chains.
Third down and 1. First third down Oneida's faced this evening on their second drive. One receiver, make it two receivers to the left side. Quarterback goes under the center. He will hand off fullback first down up the middle, and dragging Blue Devils to about the 45-yard line for another Oneida K&K middle first down and 10.
Nothing fancy there. Another run to the fullback up the middle. Oneida utilizing that fullback position to the fullest thus far, lining up the receivers on either side and bringing the fullback towards the opposite side where the quarterback is rolling. And it's been resulting in some success for Oneida here. You think it's just their second drive of the game, and the first quarter is coming to an end here very soon.
That last run was by Johnny Manus. Here's a K&K middle first down and 10. Two receivers to the right. Here's our first pass out into the flat, and it's complete to the 45. And going down at the 49-yard line on the reception was Benji Lambert. He will pick up right about 3, make it 4 on the pass completion.
And there's not a better first pass attempt to have for a quarterback than just a regular out pattern to the side with Benji Lambert, the senior wide receiver, a nice gain. When they did put the ball in the air for the first time, it's to great effect.
Ball rest at midfield, but that's going to do it for the first quarter of action. We have played one full quarter here at Claiborne High School. Our score after one, it is Oneida 6. It is Claiborne 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back out to Claiborne High School, where we are getting ready to start the second quarter of action. Oneida, the visiting Indians right now, they lead Claiborne, the Blue Devils, tonight by a score of 6-0. And Oneida has the ball. Second down and 6. Ball resting at midfield. Two receiver to the left side. Man in motion now from the right to the left. It's going to be a misdirection blown up by Claiborne. And they will make a negative play. As the ball came out late, they're going to say the runner was down. And the runner on that one was Matt Hood. And
big credit to the Claiborne defensive line there. I believe it was 44 Matt Cupp,
So it was
the senior defensive line, that forced really a bobble there with the handoff, getting all the way, pushing the offensive lineman into the QB to force a miscombobulation there in the backfield. And what was a nice defensive play up front for Claiborne, dominating the offensive lineman.
3rd down and 8. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Shotgun formation for West, has a back to his right side. West is going to drop. Looking to throw, goes across the middle, and it's going to be incomplete. Threw it too far in front of his intended receiver, that being Aaron Bowling. And it'll bring up 4th down for the Indians.
Well, there's no doubt that Elijah West has a nice arm at the quarterback position. Just led Aaron Bowling a little bit out too far. What would have been a very big completion and what could have gone all the way to the end zone. And that's going to force Oneida's punt, their first punt of the evening, and give the Claiborne Bulldogs defense a big win with not much field behind them.
Colby Morgan back to punt. It'll be Hayden Holland back to receive here on 4th down and 8. Kind of a line drive punt. Holland will let this one go. And it's eventually going to die inside the 5 at the 2-yard line. Hayden didn't really have much of a chance, I didn't think, on the line drive, because by the time it hit the ground, Oneida was within 5 yards. He didn't try to jump on it to stop it. I don't know if it's a good thing or not. That's up to the coaching. But nevertheless, Claiborne now in a huge hole as they will start at about their own, call it 2-yard line.
Well, as you said, Holland, if he would have picked up the football at the last second, it could have resulted in disaster with the Oneida with special teams unit right on top of him. However, I believed he thought that the ball was going to bounce into the end zone. And unfortunately for Claiborne, it was a very nice punt from Oneida. And now Claiborne backed up against their own end zone. That rushing attack is going to have to work here pinned deep.
Stone will start with a K and came out 1st down and 10. 1 receiver to the right side, 1 to the left. Stone will go under the center, and he will have split backs behind him. Laws is one of the splits. They will hand off to Laws. Laws goes up the middle, and they will give him forward progress to the 3 for a gain of 1.
Very close call for Bryce Laws and the Claiborne offense. Obviously, you knew that Oneida was expecting a run up the middle with Claiborne not having much room to work with. We'll see if the Blue Devils resort to anything else here on 2nd down, or if they just try to keep pounding the ball up against the Indians' defensive line to try and gain some separation.
10:34 in counting, 2nd quarter. Oneida leads this one 6-0. Just a 3rd offensive drive for Claiborne. 2nd down and 9. 1 receiver left side, 1 to the right. Split backs behind Stone, who goes under the center. Stone's going to drop, looking. Throws down the near sideline into double coverage, and it will be out of bounds. Intended receiver was Holland, but Stone thrown into double coverage. If it wasn't for Holland to get it, he did the right thing and threw it 2 yards out of bounds.
Absolutely. A very bold call from Medlin to drop Eli Stone deep into his own end zone. But as you said, throwing against 2 cornerbacks on the sideline, if he wasn't going to get to Holland, it was going to fall out of bounds. And a nice throw from Stone to ensure that there would not be a turnover.
So now it's 3rd down and long. 3rd down and 9. Ball resting right on the Claiborne 3-yard line. 1 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. Stone will go under center. Looks like he has an I formation behind him. Livesey, the deep back, excellent split backs. It's Livesey and Laws behind him. Stone hands off up the middle and getting the ball out to about the 5-yard line. It's going to be Livesey, brings the ball out to, call it the 7, but it's still going to bring up 4th down.
Yeah, what would have been a better play on 2nd down for Claiborne, at least as far as the yardage gain, and that's going to force a Claiborne punt. Unfortunately, the field position battle clearly won by Oneida there with the punt that set up that 3rd drive. And now Claiborne will try and do the same to Oneida, try and pin them as far back as they can, but it looks like the Indians will have good field position nonetheless.
Poor back to punt. Oneida has 2 receivers at their 40. Excuse me, at the Claiborne 40. Poor. No pressure. Oneida does not bring any. Nice high end over end kick will be taken to the 39-yard line, to the 35, to the 30, to the 25, going back up the middle, spinning around to the 20, still on his feet past the 20, inside to the 20, down to about the 17-yard line. On the return was Colby Morgan.
And Morgan breaking tackles left and right, turns good field position into great field position for Oneida. The Indians will start drive number 3 in the most favorable position that they have all evening long. And the Claiborne defense will have to come up huge here. We'll have to try and maybe limit the Indians to a field goal at the most.
9:24 left to go, first half. Again, Oneida leads this one 6-0. best starting field position they've had all evening on the far hash mark. It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball resting at the Blue Devils 17-yard line. Two receiver to the left side. Quarterback in the gun, man in motion now from the right to the left. It's going to be a handoff, back up the middle, and diving forward past the 10, inside the 10 to about the 7 is the Indians. It looks like on the run. I believe that was that Buttram?
I believe it was. Very impressed with the speed of Buttram. He's a big running back for a junior, and he accelerated a nice burst right past the line of scrimmage to get a very nice gain. And Oneida knocking on the door here.
See,
They're going
to call for a measurement.
Measurement, okay.
Got 10 yards on the run. They're going to bring the chains out for the first time this evening and see if Buttram got the official 10 or if he just got the unofficial 10.
Looked like Buttram wasn't really even touched by a defender until he got all the way to the first down marker. Very nice job.
That's a first down
from him thus far this evening. And as you said, Adam, it's going to move the chains.
It'll be first down for Oneida. It'll be first down, goal to go. It's a K&K Metal first down for the Indians.
Expect nothing fancy here for Oneida. Not going to switch up the play calling, I don't believe. Going to keep the ball on the ground because that's where they've had their success.
Ball over on the far hash mark, going from right to left. Clock now running. Two receiver to the left side. Quarterback in the gun, has a back to his left side and a wing to the right. Quarterback hands off up the middle. Taking a hit and diving forward to the 4-yard line is Bryson Buttram.
Looking to give the junior what would be his second touchdown of the evening. Nice job by the Blue Devils' defensive unit to stop him from getting all the way into the end zone. They're going to have to do that twice more, though, possibly a third time. You got to believe that Oneida may go for it on fourth if they haven't reached the end zone marker.
West will break the huddle. Oneida puts everybody on the line. He will go under the center. Has backs, two backs behind him and split backs. Has a wing to the right side. Handoff, Buttram up the middle, and he walks into the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida.
Nice call from Coach Lambert and Oneida to let the Claiborne defense know, again, reminiscent of when they scored the previous time on what was a longer run from Buttram. They really like that formation with everybody lined up near the line of scrimmage, around the offensive line, and Buttram has a party of blockers around all sides, and he waltzes into the end zone. Nice play for the second score of the evening.
I believe the Indians will go for two here.
And why wouldn't you? As much as your rushing attack has worked, and with the missed PAT the first time around, definitely a smart option from Tony Lambert and Oneida.
They will go for two. Ball now over on the far hash mark. Rotating players in and out. They will break the huddle and send two receivers to the left side. Send two to the right. West will be in the gun, has a back to his right side, which is Morgan. Man in motion now left to the right. It's going to be a pass. Looking off into the flat. West will just take it himself. Dives for it, the end zone, and then he gets there. 2-point conversion is good. Timeout of the field with 8:08 left to go first half. Our new score. It is Oneida 14. It is Claiborne 0.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
Back out to Claiborne High School. Oneida punches their second touchdown of the season in on a three-play drive. 17 yards, 116 off the clock. And Oneida now up 14-0 after the 2-point conversion. Claiborne really on that last little spot hampered by the short field. They got hurt on their last offensive drive, and then Oneida returning the punt to the 17 really put him behind in the hole.
Yeah, no doubt.
As Oneida short kicks this one, taken at around the 30. And out past the 35 to about the 37-yard line will be where the Blue Devils will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10. Better field position to start the drive. Got to start seeing some results here if you're Claiborne.
Absolutely. If the Blue Devils don't find the end zone here on this particular drive, you at least need to move the football and put the Indians in unfavorable field position, something they've not seen so far this evening. I think the two biggest things to circle here thus far through the game tonight has been the series on the second drive of the game when Claiborne was hampered with penalties, and then Oneida's punt that sent the Blue Devils deep into their own territory.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. One receiver left side, two to the right. Split backs behind Stone, who's in the gun. Stone's going to take a quarterback draw here. He's past the 40, past the 45. It stretches forward for a big gain out near midfield. They'll mark him at the 50. That'll be a gain of 12, and another K&K Metal first down.
And you were wondering when Eli Stone, the sophomore, was going to finally decide to take off and do it with his feet, as he did so much last season to great success. And a nice play on first down, faking the throw and running between the tackles. Great play to get the drive started.
It's another K&K Metal first down and 10 just on the Claiborne side of the 50. Two receivers to the right side, one to the left. Again, same formation, split backs behind Stone is in the gun. Stone again on the draw. This time he's going to get hit, popped, spins, and will go down for a loss of 2.
Boy, when the Oneida defensive line comes with that rush, they come hard, as that was kind of reminiscent to the play, that third down play earlier when Stone was sacked, as he saw white jerseys all around him there. It wasn't just one player that rushed at him, it was multiple, as we see a late flag.
We got a flag on the play over on the far sideline. It may have already been on the field. We got a hold against Claiborne.
It's bad enough that the run didn't go for very much yardage. Now you have the yellow flag on top of that, so that's going to pin Claiborne back a little bit more.
10 yards from the spot of the foul. They'll mark it back to the 37-yard line. So about right back to where they started this particular drive. So it's a K&K Metal first down, and let's call it 23 yards to go. Ball over on the far hash mark. One receiver, make it two receivers to the left, two to the right. Split backs again behind Stone, who's in the gun. Stone, option, pitches out to the 30. Cutting back to the 35, to the 40, lower in the head, and getting the ball forward to the 42-yard line. And on the run was Greg Goins.
Nice decision by Stone to pitch the ball to Goins at the last second, and a good job from the sophomore wide receiver Jimmy Dell Irvin for Claiborne as the block to give Goins a little bit more space to run with. Not a bad play on first down to try and open up the run a little bit. Now it's second down and long. You've got to think that maybe here the next play, Claiborne will put that ball in the air with Stone.
Second down, 18. One receiver to the left side, two to the right. 6:37 in county left to go first half. Oneida leads this one 14-0. Split backs behind Stone. Stone in a gun. Stone's going to drop, looking, got some time, rolls off right side, throws off in the flat, into the zone coverage. It is complete to the 48-yard line. On the catch was Dell Irvin. He takes a hit, but he holds on.
And Eli Stone capitalizes on the great job that was done by the Blue Devils' offensive line, giving Stone some more protection, and a nice dime there, a nice throw to Jimmy Dale Irvin. As you said, he was popped by an Oneida defender as soon as he caught the football, but that didn't faze him, held on, and now we're back past the line of scrimmage. Now we're with some breathing room at third down.
Third down and 9. Stone, that was for a sophomore, put that right in the middle of that zone,
Yeah,
right where it had to be
sure
for Dale
was.
Irvin.
Sure was. That was picture perfect for the sophomore.
Third down and 9, ball in the near hash mark, just in Oneida territory at the 49-yard line. One receiver to the right side, one to the left. Stone this time will go under the center. He'll send another receiver to the right side, and I believe we're going to get a stoppage. Play clock was running down, and we'll have a timeout taken by the Blue Devils. We'll take it with them. 6:22 left to go, first half. Oneida leads this one, 14-0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family. more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back out to Claiborne High School. The Blue Devils faced with 3rd down and 9 coming out of their first timeout. We talked about the colors of the uniforms. Brandon, me and you were talking about it before we went on the air. It looks like a college game.
Yeah, sure does. Specifically, Tennessee versus Penn State with those road unis for Oneida. Looks like the Vols road unis in the early 90s with Coach Fulmer, and like you said, here with the Blue Devils. And looks like those Nittany Lions old uniforms. It makes for a pretty neat opening night feel.
Unfortunately, back in the 90s, Penn State actually had Tennessee's numbers. So on 3rd down and 9, one receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Make that 1 to the right. Splits to either side. Man in motion, left to the right. Stone fakes the pitch. Dropping back, looks across the middle, intercepted. Threw that into double coverage to the 35. And trying to bounce off a defender and cannot do so on the return was Buttram. And Buttram returns it. Excuse me, so it's not number 5.
I believe it's West, the quarterback.
Oh, so it was 6, West. Okay.
Yes.
Again, going back to the unis, an orange numeral and a white, sometimes you lose the outline. And so West gets the interception.
Well, especially with that grass stain, you know.
Yeah.
I can see that. 5 and 6 look similar there when the uniforms get a little dirty. But as you said, the intended receiver, I believe, was Dell Irvin coming across. They looked for much farther beyond the first down marker. It would have been a big passing gain, and we saw West capitalize on an INT this time around. Suddenly, the Indians regained control of the football.
They'll start with a K&K middle first down and 10 at their 38. And now we have a flag on the play, or at least a stoppage. I don't actually see a flag per se, but it was the far linesman that whistled this one dead. They're still having a discussion.
Sees it Oneida's backing up. I do see a flag at the very end.
Yeah, it's way back there. You're correct. Way over on the far side. Get the indication it's going to be an illegal substitution against the Indians.
And so that penalty is going to give the Indians their worst field position of the night so far.
That's actually what I was getting ready to look up. It is, no, they started at their 20 after a punt and started with the 32. So it's going to be a handoff up the middle on first down and bring the ball forward to about the 36-yard line will be Hood.
Man, Oneida really does have a nice balance of ball carriers, a long list of nice running backs for Oneida, whether it be Buttram, whether it be Hood, Boyett, Morgan. There's a nice rushing attack for Oneida. It keeps the Claiborne defense guessing.
2nd down and 10. 2 receivers to the left side. And again, this is West in the gun with a back to his left side. He's going to hand off to the far side. Got a hole, big hole, past the 40, near the 45, stretching back forward to about the 46. And on the run,
I believe it was Hood again.
Was it Hood again?
I think it was for the second straight play. The Oneida offensive line's doing a great job. You can see some of these Claiborne defenders with their hands on their hips a little bit being gashed as you know, Claiborne turned the ball back over to Oneida sooner rather than, you know, the Claiborne defense was expecting back on the field, and Oneida's taking advantage.
3rd down and 3. 2 receivers left side again. West, he'll hand off again. And I believe the ball's on the ground over on the far side. See who comes up with it. If it's Oneida, it'll still be 4th down. And the chain does say 4, so I believe it'll be Oneida ball.
Well, fortunate for the Indians to recover the football. It will, as you said, still be 4th and short. Just as I said that Claiborne was being affected by the running game, they come up with a nice stop.
They're going to actually measure this one after the fumble. Yeah. That's interesting. From my vantage point, I didn't think it was really that close. It's closer to you than it is to me. We got 4:39 left to go here inside of the first half. Again, Oneida leads this one 14-0. At halftime, we'll go around the state of Tennessee, or at least East Tennessee, and bring you up to date on some scores we have. We're also going to try to get an interview with a representative of the Claiborne Quarterbacks Club and talk about the things they'll be doing this year to help raise money for Claiborne. Usually we predict college football games. We're still a few weeks out. Next week we will do our early season predictions and then work our way into regular season predictions after that.
Yeah, let's hope that some of those early season predictions for myself are a little bit better than they were a season ago.
How did you know Francois from Florida State was going to go down?
Well, still, I know, but I mean, from somebody who's just looking at that with no context, they're thinking, well, what is this man talking about?
So after the measurement, it'll be 4th down in inches. And Oneida's going to go for this.
Yeah, I don't blame him. It was midfield. Wouldn't lose a whole lot of field position if they don't make it, and as well as the running attack has worked out for Oneida so far, not a bad call from Coach Lambert.
West goes under the center, 2 backs behind him, handoff, fullback up the middle, first down. Oneida will get the first down to the 49-yard line.
Looks like they may not have gotten that first down by a whole lot, but nonetheless, the chains will be moving. A late signal from the official there, but again, nothing fancy. When when Oneida lines the formation up to where everybody's surrounded by that offensive line, you know what's coming, and it's very hard to stop.
Ball's at the Oneida 49-yard line. That's the Kane came out of first down and 10. 2 receivers to the left side. West in the gun has a back to either side. He will hand off, come to the near side, to the 50. Trying to get a block to the 45. Does so to the 40, to the 35-30, 25-20, 15, 10, 5, into the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida. Colby Boyett comes off the left side on a little bit of a sweep, finds his blockers, runs to the rest of the defense, and he's down the field for a 51-yard touchdown.
What a run by Boyett, and what a better job from the Oneida, the other receiving core for the Indians, making sure that Boyett had plenty of room to work with and a nice cut as he was well past the first down marker to distance himself further from the Claiborne secondary, and Oneida has taken complete control of this football game in the first half.
Oneida will go for the extra point. It'll be Chitwood to have the attempt. I believe that is Lambert to have the hold. And now Oneida's got to spend a timeout. I'm not real sure what was up there. The holder jumped up in a panic, that being Benji Lambert. He jumped up in a panic and called timeout. The play clock was actually reading 25. They do have play clocks here in the end zones at Claiborne High School, if you're not familiar. I don't know if he counted the number of players and realized he didn't have enough and thought it might get blocked, and that's why he called timeout. But
it could have been similar to the first PAT attempt in which was blocked. Could have seen the same thing, and like you said, the holder there kind of calling it himself for the timeout. And nonetheless, that'll give both teams a chance for a break here. But with 3:48 remaining in the first half, Oneida now with what is a 3-touchdown lead. That rushing attack's been really nice. I think, am I correct in assuming that there have been 2 pass attempts from the Indians all night long, 1 completed and 1 incomplete?
That sounds pretty close, yeah.
So very, very similar to last season's season opener, and we all remember how that one turned out. So Oneida really working that run game to perfection here through the first 2 quarters.
So out of the timeout, Oneida once again will get ready for the extra point. And the holder still looking around, kind of questioning what's going on. Again, it'll be Chitwood to have the attempt. Snap down, the kick is up, and Chitwood's attempt this time is good. 3:48 left to go, first half. Taking to the break, telling you our new score. It is Oneida 21. It's Claiborne 0.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
Back out to Claiborne High School. We got 3:48 until the intermission. Oneida just struck again on a 5-play drive, 62 yards, took 2:22 off the clock. And right now the Indians now lead this one 21-0. And you got to think 3:48 left to go. Still a lot of time. You've still got 2 timeouts as well, but Claiborne probably needs to try to put something on the board here.
Yeah, I think it's now, you don't want to say it's desperation mode because it's only in the second quarter. Like you said, plenty of time. But Claiborne's got to minimize the penalties and obviously hoping for a better result in this drive than the interception the previous one.
End over end kick. Better kick this time. Taken at the 17. To the 20, to the 25, to the near side, to the 30, through the blocks, past the 35, and eventually going down to about the 36, 37-yard line is Livesey. And that's where the Blue Devils will start with a K Metal first down and 10.
That's a nice start there to their what may be their final drive of the quarter, assuming they keep on putting the ball on the ground, taking more time off of the clock. It seems that the special teams unit, when they return with Livesey and with Holland, that's a nice combo. Any one of those 2 players for Claiborne, these young sophomores, could break away and could really change the momentum of the ball game in just one play.
A lot of speed back there.
Yes, sir.
Ball's on the near hash mark for a K Metal first down and 10. 2 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. Stone again. In a gun, 2 backs behind him, almost a pistol look. Stone, option. Going to keep it. Gets upended by about the 35, 36-yard line. And the Oneida player that levels the hit immediately cramps up.
Yeah, having to get stretched out a little bit on his leg. It's a nice defensive play. We can't see the number right here from the first glance. Still being worked on by his teammate, but a nice defensive stop to get the drive rolling defensively for Oneida.
That's something we usually talk about in August, and no different tonight, especially with humidity and everything. Yeah. You're going to hope that your team is conditioned for this, but I'd almost expect you're going to see some cramps. Now, this is the earliest I've ever remember a season starting with it. We're going to have 3 August games on this season.
Right.
So you're going to see some cramps. Taking a look at Doppler radar again, we talked about kind of watching for some rain and potential storms. Everything for the most part is south of Harriman and Oak Ridge. There is a stray shower just west of the fallout around Oneida. It's actually south of Oneida in Huntsville, still in Scott County. But here it's the sun finally set behind the trees here at Bulldog Field. Breeze coming through. It's cooling down a little bit, but again, you're going to see a lot of humidity. You're going to see a lot of cramps here throughout this night.
Well, I'll tell you what, from a broadcasting standpoint, it looks a lot better when you can actually see with that sun not gazing at your eyes. But yeah, like you said, you may expect some of those cramps in the early season, like you said, with the conditions and the heat. As you said a couple of seasons ago, you have to be conditioned for these conditions.
Exactly. 2 receivers to the right side. 1 to the left. Second down and 10. Stone again in the pistol. Going to hand off up the middle, and getting nothing on the run is the Blue Devils. As I believe that might have been Laws on the carry.
Looks like Claiborne is going to have to resort to the passing game here on 3rd down, and possibly more consistently as this game wears on, as the Oneida defense is really not breaking at all here on this drive particularly. It's 3rd down and long. You've got to believe the Blue Devils have put the ball in the air, and I think they should start doing it on a more consistent basis because they're finding success, particularly with Holland, when they do so. As you see him line up here towards the near sideline, we'll see if they throw it high and a one-on-one coverage for him.
3rd down and 10. 2 receivers right side, 1 to the left. Stone will go under the center with split backs behind him. Stone's going to drop, feeling the pressure, throws off, incomplete. Tried to get it to Laws. It might have been a setup screen. There is a flag on the play near where Laws was. Be interested to see if we get a defensive holding here. Flag rests at about the 39-yard line. Nope, we have an illegal receiver downfield against Claiborne. Penalty is declined, so the incompletion will stand.
Very common penalty to have on a screen pass. Some of those ineligible receivers downfield with a lot of linemen moving in a lot of different directions. Again, Oneida declining the penalty, so they will get the football back. And, somewhat of a disappointing drive there for Claiborne. 3 and out here as the second quarter is coming to a close. Now the defense will have to come up big again in order to not let this 21-point deficit loom any larger.
Double whammy, because not only did they go 3 and out, they left 2:13 on the board.
Yeah.
And that last incompletion stopped the clock. So Oneida will have 2 timeouts remaining here for the final 2:13 of the first half. Again, we will see Evan Poore back to punt. High snap. Again, no major rush by the Indians. And this one will be taken off the one bounce hopper at the 33-yard line to the 35, far sideline 40, 45 to the 50, 45, 40, 35, 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5 into the end zone. Touchdown, Indians.
Boy, couldn't get much worse for Claiborne here now at the end of the second quarter. That's the last thing that you needed. Remember, we said that on the Claiborne side, it could have been either Holland or Livesey that could have broken any of those punt returns or kickoff returns all the way back. It's actually the opposite side where it happens. Nice blocking from start to finish there as Morgan runs it all the way back, and Oneida turns what was a big lead into an even bigger one.
1:58 now left to go. That punt return covering 63 yards.
On the minor positive side, it will give Claiborne the football back at least to try and redeem themselves in another drive. Only problem is they may be 7 points further down than they were.
Snap down, the attempt is up. The extra point attempt is good. Time out of the field. Let's take it with them. 1:58 left to go, first half. Our new score, it is Oneida 28. It is Claiborne 0.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Welcome back out to Claiborne High School. 1:58 left to go, first half. Oneida opening this one up. They have scored 3 touchdowns in the second quarter. They now lead this one by the score of 28-0.
Think about this, with 1:58 left to go in the second quarter, 7 more points away from equaling last season's opening score with already 2 quarters still left remaining.
Right now they've equaled their first half score from last year.
That's right.
Here's the kickoff. Taken up. It's got to be off the bounce, and is so at the 15, to the 20, and taken out to the 25. Breaking tackles to the 30, and eventually going down at the 31-yard line is Bryce Laws. They've got to find a way to get that young man into the game.
Yeah, no doubt. A little burst of anger, it looked like, from Laws there, the senior. Like you said, it may have to be a heavy dose of number 24, at least for the time being here in the remainder of the quarter. We've not been able to call his name out very much this evening. A lot of preseason hype coming for the senior. We'll see if he breaks one open here in the time being, or if Claiborne wants to try and put the ball in the air to try and make up for this 4-touchdown deficit in a quicker time.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball in the near hash mark at the Blue Devil 31-yard line. Again, Claiborne the Blue Devils tonight for throwback night. They will send Stone, still directing traffic. 3 receivers left side. He's got 1 to the right. Stone in the gun. Pistol behind him. He's got Laws deep behind him. 4 down linemen for Oneida. Stone dropping, looking, going to roll off to the left side, throws across the middle, incomplete. Trying to get it off into the hands of Holland, but threw it into the ground at his feet, and it'll be second down.
I think that Stone is a much better thrower when he's able to plant his feet, get set with protection from the offensive line. That time, on that occasion, rolling to the far sideline, again, just out of reach for the receiver. The good thing for Claiborne here, it does stop the clock after first down. They can start again for second down.
You hope that the young sophomore doesn't get happy feet back there thinking, because you can't get 28 points on one play.
Right, exactly.
And I know it's going to be something that's going to be talked about at the halftime break is, let's just try to get a score here, go into the break, settle it in, and get back in this one.
Absolutely.
Second down and 10. 3 receiver to the left side, 1 to the right. Again, Stone in the gun. This time we'll move Laws now to his right side, now directly behind him. Stone, quarterback draw, up the middle, gets hit, breaks the first tackle to the near side. He's still on his feet to the 40, still breaking tackles out to the 41-yard line, near the first down marker.
How about that for a tough run for Stone? It looked like the defender who had the sophomore wrapped up was trying to strip the ball out of his hands, and Stone just said, no, sir, and spun out of that tackle to the near sideline for a decent run there. And we'll see if they snap the ball a little quicker now as we are under 90 seconds in the first half.
It is a first down on the run. The 10 yards gives the Blue Devils a Kane Kemetal first down and 10 on the near hash mark at the 41-yard line. Clock starts as we approach 90 seconds. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Against Stone in the gun. Has Laws behind him. Oneida looking at a 4-2 look on defense. Stone drops, steps up. He's going to roll off to the left side, breaks the first tackle, and will not break the second one. He's out to the 44-yard line for a gain of 3. And now we will get Claiborne to call their second timeout here of the first half, as that will bring up second down and 7 out of this timeout with 1:10 left to go. Got to give credit. I know we're talking about Stone right here on this drive, but that right there, I feel like his last 2 runs is an indication on how hard this team hits the weight room in the offseason, because that was both 2 big runs where he was hit at the line and still got positive yardage.
Yeah, no doubt. It looked like he ran right into the teeth of Oneida's defensive line when he decided to scramble, and he still got out of it. Was met eventually, I believe, by a linebacker on that play. But yeah, you've got to believe that the conditioning and the weight room exercises that Claiborne has been ongoing here in the offseason is working once you put it out on the field, and that's not been the first time. It's not been just Stone who's been able to do that so far this evening. I've seen that namely Bryce Laws has done the same. Matt Cupp has done the same whenever he has gotten hold of the football. So you've got to believe that, again, with the speed combined with the ball security that Claiborne seems to have, that they could break one of these plays open, which is what they need more so than anything at this point.
So Claiborne will have 1 timeout remaining with 1:10 left to go. I was actually just kind of peeking over toward the scoreboard, and in our scoreboard app, the provider has crashed. So we may or may not have scores at halftime.
Goodness.
Opening night. Second down and 7, 4 wide, 2 to either side. Stone in the pistol, has Laws behind him. Stone dropping, looking, has all kinds of time, goes across the middle, and it is complete into Oneida territory to the 36-yard line. That one goes into the hands of Dale Irvin.
Jimmy Dale Irvin going one-on-one with Aaron Bowling, number 2, guarding number 2 there at the far sideline. And a nice pass from Stone. A big gain from Dale Irvin near the sideline. Not sure if he got completely out of bounds. I think the clock will start moving again once they reset the chains. But nonetheless, a big drive now well into Oneida's territory. You've got to keep this passing game up with the clock ticking down.
A Kane came out first down and 10. 1 receiver left side, 3 to the right. Stone again dropping. He's got some time. Steps up in the pocket, goes across the middle, incomplete. Throws it out of the hands, or out of the reach of Hayden Holland.
I think Stone's eyes may have gotten a little too wide there when he saw that Holland was a little bit open. And that was a bullet. That ball, they had some steam there on that one, as Holland had completed the end of his route just out of the reach of the sophomore. But again, the good thing about these drives towards the end of the quarter, when you pass the ball every down, those incomplete passes, stops the clock, gives you a chance to catch your breath again and reach right.
61 seconds left to go, first half. Again, Oneida leads this one 28-0. 2 receivers off to either side. Ball's on the far hash mark in Indian territory at the Indian 37. Stone in the pistol, drops back. Rolls off right side, looking. He's going to take off running. Still on his feet and gets hit from behind at about the 32-yard line. He gains 5, but the clock will run.
It was a nice play from Stone, as you said, even though the clock keeps running because he didn't pass the first down marker. He saw that the pass rush was coming from the far sideline, recognized it, ran immediately the other way, and decided to scramble at the last moment. Good decision there to avoid a big loss, what would have been a sack.
3rd down and 5. 2 receivers left side, 2 to the right. Again, pistol formation for Stone. Stone dropping back. Under 30 seconds now left to go first half. Throws off. It is complete. That is Dale Irvin over on the far side. He will get out of bounds inside the 20. Looks like they're marking about the 18-yard line for a gain of 14.
Great execution for Claiborne on 2nd down to get the ball into Dale Irvin's hands, as he's able to get out of bounds to stop the clock. And now, for the first time, I believe, or at least it's been the most so far tonight, the crowd here in New Tazewell for Claiborne, the Blue Devils, getting hyped up. We'll see if they can respond to that and get in the end zone for the first time.
It is a Kane came out 1st down and 10 for the Blue Devils. First time they're in the red zone at the Oneida 18-yard line. 2 receivers, 1 to the left, 3 to the right. Stone drops. Here comes pressure. Throws off. It is complete. Breaking the tackle at the 10, to the 5. This is Laws. He will get inside the 5 to the 3. Clock will stop momentarily.
Yeah, I think Bryce Laws was another one that hit the weight room there. It looked like that was a modified screen pass from Stone to Laws, as we see the Blue Devils call a timeout after the play to stop the clock here. But, again, nice execution here. I believe that maybe in the second half, Claiborne may resort to some more passing plays because it's working out very well.
Got to get Oneida's defense off that line because right now the rushing attack,
Sure.
Oneida's just got all 11 right there and playing man on the ends.
Yeah.
After the pass completion, the ball sets at the Oneida, looks like 3-yard line with 9 seconds left to go. Again, Claiborne has spent their third and final timeout. So realistically, if you play it right, you've got 2 plays here from the 3, but you've got to throw on both of those.
That's right. If you run the ball on first down and you don't get into the end zone, then all of a sudden the clock's run out and you missed your chance to score. So it looks like Claiborne should resort to a short passing scenario again with the ball placed on the 3-yard line. The Blue Devils may go for another short screen type pass scenario, maybe an out pattern to the senior Bryce Laws, try and get him into the end zone. We've seen Holland make some very athletic grabs so far. You could try and throw a jump ball to Holland in the corner of the end zone, and we've seen Dale Irvin make some tough grabs as well. So Claiborne's got a lot of options here.
It's a K&K Metal first down, goal to go. 9 seconds left to go. 3 receivers to the left side, 1 to the right. The one on the right is Holland. And now we'll have a stoppage again, and Oneida will take a timeout to discuss this one.
Before the Indians called their respective TO, the senior defensive back Benji Lambert was the one that was matched up with Hayden Holland. So we'll see if they go back to that same formation. Obviously, Oneida needed a few extra seconds to go over the defensive responsibilities here, make sure there's no mistakes. As a touchdown here for Claiborne. You look at the scoreboard, they're still down 21, but all of a sudden,
But you got momentum.
You've got momentum. It's a total change in attitude amongst the players now that they found the end zone, and I believe that if they do score here, Coach Medlin's playbook in the second half may start to open up way more.
Again, we'll try to get you some scores at halftime. One that I've gotten here, Unaka leads North Green 14-0. North Green, brand new coach this year, was an assistant on the squad last year, so he went through the spring practices with them, but this will be his first head coaching job. And we'll talk about North Green a little bit later on in the season as we get into regional play. Out of the timeout, again, it's another K&K Metal first down, goal to go. 3 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Ball to the near hash mark. Stone will go under center. Laws the ace back. Stone drops, looks, pressured, throws off. There it is. Did he catch it? Incomplete. Did not catch it. Tried to get out of the hands of Dale Irvin, but we have 2 seconds remaining.
And so you know that the upcoming snap will be the last of the quarter.
Barring a defensive penalty.
Exactly, barring a defensive penalty. We think that there on that last play on the first down and goal from the 3, that Stone curiously didn't look towards Holland's way at all. It seemed that he could have sensed that the defense may have been expecting that, so he rolled over to the left side, incomplete pass. Good defensive play from Oneida, well into their own end zone.
And Claiborne will attempt a field goal here, as it'll be Holland to have the attempt, or excuse me, to hold. It'll be Grayson Howard, the senior, to have the attempt. This one will be from 19 yards out from the right hash. And now we get a stoppage. Timeout, Oneida. So they will spend their third and final timeout to prepare for this field goal.
So it seems that Coach Medlin is more satisfied with going for the 3 points at least instead of trying to attempt another touchdown and falling short. So
points are points.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Any kind of momentum to get the boys perked up a little bit is a positive. So you don't fault that decision at all.
It will be Oneida to get the ball first in the second half. So you got to think Claiborne definitely wants to get something on the board here.
No doubt.
So they don't go into the break scoreless. And once again, it'll be Claiborne to attempt this field goal. Again, it'll be Hayden Holland to have the hold. Grayson Howard, the senior, to have the attempt. This one again from 19 yards out from the right hash. Both teams are out of timeouts, so they cannot ice Howard anymore. Snap down. The attempt is up. The attempt is Good from 19 yards out, and that will send us to the halftime break. Our halftime score, it is Oneida 28. It is Claiborne 3. Folks, stay tuned. Halftime festivities right after this here on the LMU Sports Network.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
So we'll get ready to start the second half of action. Claiborne will be kicking off from left to right. Oneida will be going from right to left. Oneida will be getting the ball first here to start the second half of action.
Obviously, the Claiborne defensive unit has had a tall task in front of them this entire contest, trying to stop this 4- or 5-headed monster of the Oneida ball carriers. But this is as important of a series defensively as any for Claiborne. To start the second half, they got the field goal right at the end of the second to gain a little bit of momentum. In order to cut into what is this 25-point deficit, it needs to be a quick stop here to get things going and stay on that right track.
Very quickly, and now they're telling the teams to go off to the side. Not real sure what's up here, but nevertheless, score of interest I just saw, Campbell County and Cherokee are tied at 21 right now.
Wow.
A little bit of an upset, I think, there. If Cherokee was to hold on and
absolutely
and do well with them. I think the issue we have here is the play clocks. Coach Medlin talking it over with the officials. So now they're going to walk the teams back out. I'm not real sure. Neither one of the play clocks is operational. They're actually blank at the moment.
They must still be in halftime.
The play clocks?
Yes.
Very nice. Looks like the officials are coming over to the Claiborne sideline to discuss this, and I'm not real sure. Not real sure what's going on here. One of the times I wish I had the officials mic'd. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, of course.
Again, Bell County at last update was leading Middlesboro 42-0. Should mention, Middlesboro is Claiborne's opponent next week. That one over at Bradner Stadium, Lee Majors Field. We will actually be back at Cumberland Gap. It will be our first time to see the 2018 Cumberland Gap Panthers. They will be taking on Hancock County. So, again, pregame coverage will start at 6 with Spotlight. Myself and Brandon will start with our live pregame starting at 7 o'clock.
Again, we saw the last update there at Union County for the Panthers, up by a touchdown. We'll see if they hold on for a W on the road, see how they fare against Hancock County.
The thing is, Union County is not the Union County that we've seen the past, say, 3-4 years or so. They've got a decent coaching staff in there now. Their running back quarterbacks coach was just at Jellicoe as a coach there at one point in the offseason. So Union County is not going to be an easy team to play anymore. They're in a very difficult district, but 3 wins last year for them. That was a step forward. We'll see what they can do this year. Obviously, hanging with Cumberland Gap right now, a team that scored 7 wins last year. So
it feels like a lot of teams, around the tri-state area have been, steadily rebuilding their program for a while. And I think that a large number of them had some pretty moderate success last year. Claiborne is just one. Cumberland Gap had a resurgence last year. Won 7 games?
7 for Cumberland Gap.
In the regular season, which is, the first time in a long time for Coach Klein and Cumberland Gap. So I'll be really anxious to see how the Panthers come out next week against the Indians of Hancock County.
I also want to point out Pineville right now is leading Leslie County 20-0. Pineville, another one of those teams that only had 2 wins last year.
There's another one. So if you start the season with a victory over an opponent of Leslie County, then, the ceiling is as high as it can be for the Mountain Lions.
Still in a stoppage here. I'm not real sure the game clock is running.
Well, they put an extra 3 minutes on the board while we were discussing some scores around the region. So
somebody tell them we didn't need the extra 3 minutes. We're all right. We're ready to go. Nevertheless, I know earlier in the months they tried to put extra time on the scoreboard for stretching and different things. I think we'd already went through our 3 minutes, though. I wasn't sure. So 28-3 is our scores. We're still counting down this last 3 minutes here. Again, as we said, Claiborne will be at Middlesboro next week. They'll open up regional play August 31st at West Green. Then they're at Union County September 7th before they come home for Unicoi County on the 14th of September. We'll be there, or we'll be here for that particular contest. For Oneida, they're on the road again next week at Gatlinburg-Pittman. Their home opener is a regional contest August 31st as they'll host Wartburg Central. They'll then turn around, go to Harriman, and then host Cumberland Gap on the 14th. Again, a regional contest there for the Indians. So, still counting down the clock here as they'll expire that 3 minutes. Now the teams can come back out of the field.
We're at 000 now on the scoreboard, so looks like we should be all set to go now as we see everybody run back onto the field.
Extended halftime, extended again. And now Grayson Howard will get the ball. Kind of deflates the crowd when you got to sit there and just watch a clock and both teams on the sideline ready to go.
Sure.
Howard will tee it up as we get ready for the second half of action. Again, Oneida leading this one 28-3. Oneida with two receivers back at their 10-yard line. Got to imagine one of those is Colby Morgan, and I believe he's the one over here on the near side.
Yeah, don't forget that punt return that was brought all the way back for 6 points by the sophomore running back, Morgan.
Having more clock problems right now as it only says 3 minutes now for the third quarter. Needs to be reset to 12. Nice crowd on hand here for Blue Devil Night. Home opener. Oneida's even brought a pretty good crowd. They've lined the fence over there and almost filled the stands.
Sure have.
I think about an hour and a half drive out of Scott County. Never been to Oneida, but I believe that's the distance. Howard kicks this one almost like a squib kick. And fair caught at the 29-yard line by one of the up men, and that's where the Indians will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10.
And man, that was Hunter Barnhart, a junior tight end, that caught that fair catch. What if Oneida starts utilizing him in the short passing game? Because that's a big body right there, obviously with some experience as well.
Over the shoulder catch, nonetheless.
Yeah, sure was. I think for the time being, though, Oneida's going to stick to that ground and pound.
Yeah, it's not hurt them so far. Not went against them yet. Ball's at the 30-yard line. It'll be a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball on the near hash mark. Two receivers split to the right. Quarterback in the gun, back to his right side. Takes the snap, hands off, going up the middle, past the 30 to about the 35-yard line is the Indians, and on the initial run of the second half is Hood.
So give Hood his first carry of the second half. Again, Oneida's got a plethora of backs here to choose from. As I mentioned, Buttram was the star of the first drive, but we've also seen Colby Morgan find the end zone. We've seen Colby Boyett find the end zone so far here in the first half. And
you still got Hood and Mantis, or Manus, excuse me.
Bowling as well, a receiver. So
on second down and 5, one receiver to the left side, one to the right. Shotgun formation, back to the left side. Handoff once again, going up the middle, trying to find a hole, and does so for the first down past the 40 to about the 42, 43-yard line is the Indians, and I believe it was Hood again on the run.
With as many playmaking running backs that Oneida has on the roster, they're doing a nice job of splitting up the carries between them, making sure that not one of them is gassed, not one of them is, unable to have that sudden burst of energy that Oneida's had a few times tonight.
A K&K Metal first down and 10. It's going to be another handoff up the middle to the 45, and getting popped was the Indians. I believe, again, it was Hood. They've still not taken him out. That's 3 consecutive runs for number 15.
And as you say that, here he goes off to the sideline. So
knew it was coming.
Oh, yeah, 3 runs and off to the next back, it looks like, for the Indians. Again, Elijah West has not had a very difficult day on the offensive side of the ball. He's been everywhere defensively.
So Hood carried the first 3 for 15 yards. He'll take a break, and Oneida set with second down and 8. Two receiver to the left side. Again, quarterback in the gun with the back to the left side. Claiborne jumps, And now we'll get a flag. And it's going to be 5 yards against the Blue Devils.
Riley Hager, senior defensive lineman, number 66 for Claiborne, the guilty culprit of the false start, or the offsides on the defensive line.
That'll move the ball to midfield, and it's now 2nd down and right at 3 yards to go. 2 receivers again to the left side. Quarterback Elijah West in the gun, back to the left side. Man in motion now from the right to the left was the wing. He takes the handoff, gets popped, breaks free to the 45, to the 40, 35, and gets down to about the 30-yard line. As on the run is Eli Manus.
Actually, that's Johnny Manus.
Johnny Manus, you're right.
34.
34.
A senior fullback. I believe that's his first carry of the day. And how about that, breaking tackles at the line of scrimmage and bursting into the gaps in the secondary. Actually somersaulted there towards the end of the play a little bit. And again, Oneida looking unstoppable so far.
20 yards on the run, sets up another K&K Metal first down. Handoff again, going up the middle, now kicking out to the right side, to the 25, to the 20, to the 15, trying to get to the corner, gets so to the 10, to the 5, and into the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida. Is there a flag on the play? Because that looked like a big block in the back on the far side that sprung the runner. But there is no flag, and the touchdown will stand.
Colby Morgan, his first touch of the series again. He found the end zone earlier this evening on a punt return that went all the distance. And now he finds the end zone again. The perfect conclusion to what was a very consistent drive for Oneida. And that's just the way you start the second half for the Indians.
Lambert will have the hold. It'll be Chitwood to have the attempt. The attempt is up. The attempt is good. Timeout on the field with 9:43 left to go. Third quarter, our new score. It is Oneida 35. It is Claiborne 3.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
On the opening drive of the second half, 5 plays, 2:17 off the clock, went 70 yards. And they now lead this one by the score of 35-3.
It's another great thing that Oneida has accomplished this evening on their scoring drives. They do so in quick fashion. They don't get their offensive players too gassed, and they score quickly. And they leave the defense with scrambling for answers.
Here's the kickoff. Huge end-over-end kick. Take it at the 13. To the 20, to the 25, to the near sideline is Laws. Laws runs out of room and eventually gets taken out of bounds at about the 27-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10.
And so now with starting this third quarter, obviously with 7 points further back than you are entering it, we'll see how Claiborne opens this drive, see if they start to put the ball in the air more often now that a few minutes have been taken off here into the third quarter. We mentioned that one of the most effective things about that Oneida rushing attack is the time that it takes off the clock to get those drives completed.
Claiborne will start from their 27-yard line. It's a K&K Metal first down and 10. 2 receivers to the left side, 2 to the right. Stone goes under the center. Ace backfield behind him. Stone hands off. And fighting their way forward to the 34-yard line, I believe, was Laws. It's actually Cup, 44.
I think they went to that play earlier in the first half with Cup over the middle. The running back who also plays defensive lineman for the Blue Devils is a decent
More of a
gain.
big fullback.
Yeah, true. Decent gain on first down.
Second down, let's call it right at 4 yards to go. 2 receivers left side again, 2 to the right. Stone goes under the center. Ace backfield behind him. And this one's coming back.
False
as
start on the
Logan Daniels, the freshman on our near side, had about a 3-yard head start before the ball was snapped.
Again,
That's youth.
Yeah, absolutely. I started to say inexperience so far at this level for the freshman Daniels. I know that Coach Medlin has already preached to Claiborne, I'm sure, during the halftime period to cut down on those mistakes. Have to stop those false starts, those offsides, any of the holding that's really plagued Claiborne tonight.
So it'll be 2nd down and 8 for Claiborne. 2 receivers again off to either side. Stone now in a pistol. Stone's going to drop, about a 3-step drop. Steps up in the pocket. Laws gets a block. Now Stone's got some room. He's to the 30, to the 35, making the Indians miss, spins, moves, and finally pushes the huddle forward to about the 38-yard line, close to the first down marker.
And that was a beautiful cut that Stone made in the middle of that run, making really something out of nothing. I think he had to scramble a little bit sooner than expected on the, I believe, what was intended to be a pass, but nonetheless, it moves the chains for a first down, and Stone, I think that a lot of defenses forget about how capable he is as a rushing option. So he lets those defenses know with runs like that.
He got 10 on the run, and it's another K, and came out of 1st down and 10. Ball at the, we're going to call it the 39-yard line of Claiborne. Under 8 minutes now left to go, 3rd quarter. Oneida leads this one 35-3. 2 receivers to the right side. Again, 2 to the right. Pistol formation for Eli Stone. Stone, hands off, up the middle, and that one's going nowhere. That'll be whistled down as Laws never went down, but they were giving forward progress back to the line.
And you see that would have been probably a more successful play if Stone had kept the football there on the option.
It's easy for us to see.
Sure, oh sure, of course. I know it's from a different perspective once you're down there amongst the big linemen. But nonetheless, Laws has, I feel like it could be any play here that Laws could explode into the defense and give Claiborne some life. He will go off the field, it looks like, on this 2nd down and long play. However, Claiborne's got some playmakers that could step up here.
Score of interest, Cumberland Gap now leads Union County 7-6. That is unofficial. 1 receiver off to either side on 2nd down and 10. Stone rolls off, right side, looks, throws, incomplete. Tried to get it into the hands, I believe that was Holland. That is not Holland.
I believe there's double digits.
It's a double-digit number. The individual, he comes up.
Ethan Poor, possibly, number 20.
Whomever it was came up short. I believe it is Poor. I think it's number 20. Comes up holding his shoulder on the sideline. And that'll bring up 3rd down and 10.
Not a bad decision at all for Claiborne to put the ball in the air, of course, on 2nd down and behind the line of scrimmage. Was a pass that was just out of the receiver's reach.
Timeout taken by Claiborne. We'll take it with them. 6:51 left to go, 3rd quarter. Oneida leads this one 35-3.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
6:51 left to go here inside of the 3rd quarter. Again, Oneida leading this one 35-3. Again, an unconfirmed, unofficial score. Cumberland Gap supposedly leading Union County right now 7-6. We're trying to get make sure that is an official score. Bell County is leading Middlesboro 42-0. Jellicoe trailing Williamsburg 46-6. And it is Pineville leading Leslie County 28-0. Those are from an official station, so we'll trust those. Here it is 3rd down and 10. Ball resting at the Blue Devil 39-yard line. As Claiborne will break the huddle. They'll send one receiver to the left side, one receiver to the right. Stone will go under the center. Has a wing to either side and an ace back behind him. Man in motion out of the left to the right. Stone fakes the pitch, throws off, and it is complete. Out to about the 45-yard line, still on his feet, and now he's going to take a hit. You just got to go down on that one. It's going to be a first down. First down for the Blue Devils as it is Holland on the far sideline that gets that one.
Nice completion from Stone on the run after the fake pitch to Laws. With a nice pass to the far sideline, right in front of the Oneida players. It was Hayden Holland again who made the grab. He's been very reliable here in the first game. Looking forward to the 2018 season that he will have because he's made some sensational plays. Again, staying on one leg there, hopping around, trying to find as much as he can.
16 yards on the pass completion. Sets up Piquet and came out first down and 10. Two receivers left, one to the right. Man in motion now from the left to the right. Pitch out, coming this way to the 50. Trying to get to the edge to the 45. Goes inside to the 40 and goes down for a gain of right at 5 yards on the pitch run was Goins.
Goins gets the carry. Hunter Barnhart, the linebacker junior for Oneida, makes the tackle. And now see Claiborne, all of a sudden, that pass play to Holland opened up the offense a little bit. We had a decent gain there. Went about 5 yards there to Goins on second down. And now Claiborne starts to build momentum. It only takes just one play, especially at this stage in the ball game, to ignite some momentum.
It'll be second down. And 5 yards to go. One receiver split to the left, one to the right. Stone again goes under the center. Wing to either side, ace behind him. Man in motion is Laws from the right to the left. Misdirection coming to the near sideline of the 40. And falling forward to about the 37-yard line is Goins again.
So Goins with his second consecutive carry for a short gain makes it 3rd and short, which that does play into Claiborne's favor now with only a few yards to go until actually just probably about less than a yard actually, about maybe a yard and a half.
Caught a yard.
Yeah.
Under 5 minutes now left to go, third quarter again. Oneida leads this one 35-3. Ball's on the near hash mark, just inside the Oneida 37-yard line. They're going to split one receiver to the left side, they being the Blue Devils, one to the right. Again, wing to either side and one back behind Stone as he goes under center. Man in motion from the left to the right. Stone up the middle, fullback dive to the 35-yard line. It will be close for the first down.
Yeah, sure will be. The officials may need to bring out another measurement as they did, as they have done, I should say, a couple of times this evening. Chains haven't officially moved yet.
They will.
Now they will now.
That is 2 third downs the Blue Devils have converted on this drive.
That's right. That's a good point. Claiborne responding well to these third down situations, knowing that obviously if they get off the field, their chances of coming back and winning this ball game diminish further. Just staying on the field here, this is just their first drive of the quarter, and it's taken
a long time. One receiver to the left side, one to the right on a K and came out on first down. Wings to either side, pistol formation for Stone. Stone drops. Wants to throw off down the right side into double coverage. It will be. That is caught. That is caught at the 3-yard line by Logan Daniels. He took that one right out of the defender's hands into his own. He is down at the 2 is where they'll mark him for the first down.
Well, I've got a play of the year candidate for Claiborne, and that's it right there. A pass into 2 corners for Oneida on the right sideline, a far lob for Stone that went through the hands of West, I believe it was, looking for his second pick. May have overjudged it a little bit, and credit to Daniels for not assuming that and still imagine, seeing the ball coming into his hands and is able to haul it in. What a play.
K&K Meadow, first down, goal to go. Up the middle. No sign, no signal. Touchdown for the Blue Devils. Eli Stone with the keeper. Goes right up the middle, 2 yards, and the Blue Devils. Claiborne scores their first touchdown of the season.
And it comes at a much-needed time as well with 3.5 to go here in the third. Still with a lot of fight left out of the Blue Devils with a lot of football left to go.
Looks like Claiborne will go for the extra point. They will scoot the ball to the left hash. It will be Holland to have the hold. It'll be Howard to have the attempt. Interesting, this one's on the left hash. He was down here right before the end of the half and hit one from the right hash. But nevertheless, snap is high. Howard's attempt is up. Howard's attempt is no good. Timeout on the field. We'll take this one. 3:36 left to go, third quarter. Our new score, it is Oneida 35. It is Claiborne 9.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
We have 3:36 left to go, third quarter. Claiborne scores their first touchdown of the young season. They still trail 35-9 after the extra point was no good. That scoring drive for Claiborne, 10 plays, 73 yards, but took 6:07 off the clock.
And that's the biggest statistic there. Yes, Claiborne does find the end zone, although it probably took a little bit more time off the clock than they would have. They did find some success through the air, as we mentioned that they might have with that huge completion to Daniels down on the near sideline. But nonetheless, a score is a score for the Blue Devils.
Now, looks like they're going to set back to kick this one off. I thought they might go with an onside, but don't look like they will. Well, it's going to be a squib to the near side. Take it at the 20, to the 25, following the blockers to the 30, up the middle, and eventually being stopped and eventually dropped to the 34-yard line will be Morgan, and that's where the Indians will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10.
And so far we've seen 2 drives in the quarter, 2 touchdowns in the quarter. So the deficit stays where it was, actually plus 1 point, I guess, with the unsuccessful PAT on the last TD from Claiborne. So obviously for the Blue Devils, you want to get off the field, and 3 plays obviously would be the best scenario. Another thing we've not pointed out thus far here, late in the third quarter, the Indians have not coughed the ball up yet at all this evening. So a turnover would come as a huge gift for Claiborne if it were to happen on this drive.
Here's a K&K Metal first down and 10 for the Indians. One receiver off to either side. Shotgun formation for the quarterback. He will hand off up the middle, past the 35, and eventually trying to go down near the 40. They'll mark him down at the 38-yard line, as that was Colby Morgan on the run.
Boy, Colby Morgan and Bryson Buttram for Oneida have similar builds. It's really just the jersey number that separates the two of those players. They both run the same way, and they both have the same number of yardage, it seems, at this point in the game.
When Wartburg, Meigs County, Rockwood, and Cumberland Gap get a hold of this game, they're going to know exactly what Oneida's coming with, because it's just been power football all night.
No doubt.
Second down and 6. 2 receivers to the left side. Shotgun formation. Man in motion from the right to the left. It's going to be a handoff to that man in motion to the 40, to the 45, and near midfield go the Indians for another K&K Metal first down and 10.
Right through the teeth of the Claiborne defense goes, I believe that was Zach Couch.
Couch.
Number 35, another name that we're calling for the first time this evening.
And maybe his second carry, actually.
Okay. Senior running back / linebacker. Boy, they just keep coming. It's just like they have so many capable ball carriers, Oneida does, and now all of a sudden they're at midfield.
It's a K&K Metal first down and 10 at the 50. 2 receivers left side. Shotgun formation for, I believe it's West, still at the quarterback position. Handoff up the middle, and getting positive yardage past the 45 to the 43-yard line. Again, go the Indians. Right now, the hole is by the offensive line is opening up, and then the power of these runners is the one. It just keeps them going.
Yeah, when you have these powerful running backs and you have an offensive line that keeps giving them holes to work with, that makes for a dangerous rushing combination if you're the Indians.
7 yards on the run, sets up second down and 3. 2 receivers again left side. Quarterback in the gun. Hand off to Buttram. He will pick up the first down past the 40, and he'll push his way forward to the 38-yard line.
And that's what Buttram is all about. Just look at an example of his game. You just look at that play right there. Nothing fancy up in between the tackles, absorbing the contact and pushing for extra yards, and that gives him the first down.
It's another K Metal first down and 10 for Oneida. So approach 1:45 in counting third quarter. One receiver off to either side. Pistol formation. Handoff up the middle. Diving forward to the 35-yard line is the Indians. See which back got the run this time.
I believe it was Buttram again?
I believe so.
I think it was. Again, they like to give those backs some momentum, Oneida does, when you give either Buttram or Morgan or Boyd or whoever consecutive carries. That builds up their energy level and, of course, gets them more motivated to pick up some extra yardage.
Second down and 7. Under 75 seconds left to go third quarter. One receiver to either side. Shotgun formation and back to the left side. Man in motion now from the right to the left. Hand off to that man in motion. And he'll bring the ball forward to about the 32-yard line for another gain of 3. As on the run this time was Johnny Manis.
And similarly to how Buttram and Colby Morgan are built, it looks like Johnny Manis and Zach Coucher are built, almost to the opposite way. They're smaller backs who rely probably more on speed than they do with power, and also just one number separated apart from each other, 34 and 35.
Third down and 4. One receiver to the left, one receiver to the right. Shotgun formation for West. West will hand it off up the middle of the 30 to the 25, past the 25, inside the 25, down to about the 22-yard line for the K Metal first down and 10 to the Indians.
And what a 1-2 punch that was, going from Couch back to Buttram in consecutive plays, going from speed and then going to power, going from finesse to more strength, just one play apart from each other.
10 yards on the run. As we said, sets up another K Metal first down and 10, this time at the Blue Devil 22-yard line. Under 10 seconds left to go in this quarter. This should be the last play of the third. 2 receivers to the right side. It's going to be a handoff going up the middle and getting the ball forward about the 21-yard line was, I believe it was Buttram once again. And that will do it for the third quarter of action. We've played 3 here at Claiborne High School. Your score, it is Oneida 35. It is Claiborne 9.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Back out to Claiborne High School as we start the fourth quarter of action. Oneida right now leading Claiborne 35-9. Very quickly, 2 things I want to bring to you. Hancock County leading Cosby as they are ending the third quarter, and Red Bank and Sunny Daisy rescheduled for tomorrow. Oneida on the first play. It's out to the 25 on a run here and is getting down to about the 20, actually that's about the 16-yard line.
Looks like that was Storm Levacy on the tackle, who was able to bring down another ball carrier for Oneida. It seems that they just reshuffle those backs, the Indians do, as we start the fourth quarter.
Third down here for the Indians. Third down, let's call it 4. 2 receivers to the left. Shotgun formation for West. Has it back to his left side. Man in motion from the right to the left. They're going to hand off to that man in motion. He will pick up the first down to about the 11-yard line.
And give Colby Boyett the rush, I believe it was, number 20. who moves the chains for Oneida. Again, just the second drive of the half here for the Indians, and they've just had really no issues moving the ball with their ground game.
So it'll be a K&K Metal first down and 10. Ball resting at the Claiborne 11-yard line. Two receivers to the right side. None to the left. Ball's on the far hash mark as the quarterback's in the gun with a back to his right side. Handoff, going up to the left side, trying to find his way in. And it will not be down to the 5-yard line.
Matt Hood again inches further to the goal line for the Indians. You've got to believe at this point Claiborne hoping for maybe a turnover, whether a fumble or perhaps if they could hold them to a turnover on downs. At this point now, backed in deep against their own territory, the end zone right on Claiborne's heels.
This defense is gassed right now because they have been eaten up on the ground. Second down. One receiver off to either side, quarterback in the gun. He will hand up the middle, bouncing, twirling into the end zone. Touchdown, Oneida.
And give the TD to Matt Hood, another upperclassman running back for Oneida, a senior. Gets the Indians into the end zone. Like you said, Adam, it'll be interesting to see how Oneida, as the season progresses, to see how teams adjust and catch film of how the Indians run their offense, because I'll be very intrigued to see how Elijah West deals when he has to pass the ball instead of having to hand it off.
Oneida will set up for the extra point. Snap is low, the attempt is up, and the attempt is good. Time out of the field, 10:08 left to go. Fourth quarter, our new score. It is Oneida 42. It is Claiborne 9.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Oneida scores again on a 12-play drive. That goes 66 yards. Takes 5:28 off the clock. And now this new score is Oneida 42, Claiborne 9. And right now for Claiborne, I don't want to say it's over, but you've got to start trying to find something that's going to work in tonight's game and also get you ready for Middlesboro next Friday.
Sure, absolutely. And also you've got to maybe start finding something that works at a quicker pace as well, so you can pick up the tempo a little bit.
Could have been offside zone at kickoff, wasn't called. Nevertheless, kickoff taken is out to the 20. To the 25. This is Law stutter step trying to make a move to the 25. Finding some blockers through the hole past the 35. And I believe it's down to the 39-yard line. And that's where the Blue Devils will start with a K&K Metal first down and 10. We have an Oneida Indian on the near sideline cramping up. Good sportsmanship. Claiborne sitting there helping him out.
Absolutely. On the kickoff return, it was nice patience and hesitation. A nice, like you said, a stutter step move from Bryce Laws to give the Blue Devils a very nice kickoff return. Again, I've been impressed with Claiborne's special teams unit thus far this evening. You know, that's a very easy area to collect some penalties, as most teams do. A lot of blocking the backs, a lot of holds, a lot of offsides. And Claiborne, while they have picked up some penalties in other areas, they haven't done as much on the special teams area. And, you know, the receivers who gain the yards and the blocking as well could lead to some big plays down the road this season.
I want to circle back that Hancock County Cosby score. At the end of 3, it's Hancock County leading Cosby 22-7. Greenville all over Dobbins-Bennett. 36-3 is the last score I think I got there. Morristown West leading Morristown East late in the third, 28-3. Again, we apologize. We don't have what is our usual way of getting scores. David Crockett was up 15-7 over Seymour at the half. Again, a lot of these games were scattered about due to weather and different things. Greenville, Dobbins Bennett, now's at the end of the third, 36-3 Greenville in that one.
Really? Dobbins Bennett facing a deficit that large.
Cotton County leads Carnes in the fourth, 30-20. Greenback leads Loudon in the fourth, 31-14. So those are some of the scores we have just in front of us at the current moment. New score interest in the fourth quarter. Cumberland Gap now leads Union County 15-6. So it is a tough battle in Maynardville right now. 15-6, Cumberland Gap leads Union County.
You got to love a good defensive battle. There's nothing better to me in the sport of football than seeing two teams that struggle for field position and for big plays, and I love to see that kind of ball game.
Let's see, updated as of 9:23. Bell County leading Middlesboro 48-0. Pineville was leading Leslie County 36-6, and Jellicoe was losing to Williamsburg 46-6. So
obviously getting the kinks out, I guess, for Jellicoe with the first-year head coach that was inherited very late into the offseason as well.
An interim head coach.
Yeah, right.
If you really want to go through it, they went through current head coach. The one they had at the end of last year left for Union County. They got a different one. Then he leaves and go. I'm sorry, the first one left for Corbin. Let me backtrack that. The first one that was there last year left for Corbin. They hired one. He left for Union County. They got another one out of the state of Kentucky. After 2 weeks on the job, he decided he didn't want it, and now they're back to an interim coach there at Jellicoe. Not a real pleasant situation, especially when you think about the kids.
Sure.
I mean, this community and more specifically these players are going to have to go through this entire offseason of, you think, maybe learning a brand new system. Now the interim was on the staff from last year, so it should be pretty close to what they've already had.
Sure. As we can tell here, the shaken up Indian that I was seeing some things with his leg worked on the near sideline right in front of the Claiborne cheerleaders. Looks like that's Elijah West, the quarterback and defensive back for Oneida. As we see that Claiborne will be spotting the ball at their own 20-yard line to kick off this drive.
Two receivers to the left side, two to the right as we get back into action here. Kane came out of first down and 10. Ball is spotted at the 20-yard line. Not real sure why during all the confusion, but Stone's going to drop back looking to pass. Rolls off right side, looking, throws. Picked off. It is intercepted on the far sideline to the 15, to the 10, to the 5, and taken down inside the 5-yard line. And Oneida's back within the 5-yard line.
Well, it looks like Stone could try and squeeze that pass away from the defender, but it turned out that it was just in his grasp. And that's the second interception of the day for Oneida. The defense for the Indians have forced a tough day offensively for Claiborne, and now they're knocking on the door yet again.
Oneida takes a timeout. We'll take this one with them as well. 9:48 left to go, fourth quarter. Our score currently is Oneida 42. It is Claiborne 9.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
We got 9:48 left to go here inside of this contest. Oneida right now in control, leading by the score of 42-9. Got to go back to the second quarter where they scored 3 touchdowns to really kind of blow this one open. Turnovers, penalties for Claiborne when they're on offense has been a huge mistake that they'll have to correct before next week. Oneida with a K&K Metal first down and goal to go. 2 receivers to the left side, quarterback in the shotgun with a back to the left. Handoff, and Claiborne will stuff this one. Bring up second down.
And that run didn't go for much for Oneida as they're inside of 5 yards until pay dirt. We'll see if Oneida stays with their game plan that they have been for the majority of the evening. Well, actually the whole evening minus just 2 plays.
2 plays, yeah.
So
I don't think Elijah West is going to need any ice on the long ride back.
not on the arm, he won't need any ice.
One
That's
receiver
for sure.
off to either side. Quarterback in the gun, has it back to his left side. This is going to be a handoff going to the left side and poking through. Did he get in? Did not, down to the 4.
That was Wyatt Cox, I believe, who is the carry. He's listed at quarterback here on our roster, a freshman, number 7. So another good opportunity for Oneida to bring in some of the youth in this lopsided ball game in the 4th quarter to try and get some of these younger guys some valuable experience and some minutes.
Be 3rd down and goal to go for the Indians.
I believe we do have a new quarterback suiting up for Oneida. That's number 22, Colby Morgan, who's
sophomore,
lined up there.
2 receiver to the left side here on 3rd down. Now split backs behind the quarterback. He goes under the center. Handoff, coming to the right side. Bouncing, trying, stretching, and not in. Claiborne's defense is holding strong.
Sure are. No quit in the Claiborne defensive line, and those linebackers closing the gaps very quickly. And we'll see if Oneida now, they really haven't gained much in these 3 plays. Still a ways to go from the goal line.
They've gained 2 yards. This is 4th down. 2 receiver to the left side. Ace backfield behind the quarterback. Now make that an I formation. Handoff, fullback, up the middle, sneaking through. Does he get in? He does. Touchdown, Indians.
So Claiborne was able to hold Oneida for just long enough until the 4th down call where Coach Lambert decided to try and punch it in one more time. The Indians were successful. And that's a score on every drive so far this half for Oneida.
Which has not been many. I think this is only the 3rd drive.
3, I believe, yeah. Again, we just had 2 drives, or, well, 2.5 drives in that 3rd quarter alone.
So now the Indians will set back for the extra point. Snap down. The attempt is up. The attempt is good. Timeout on the field with 7:40 left to go. Our new score. It is the Oneida Indians 49. It's the Claiborne Blue Devils 9.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
Back to Claiborne High School. We have 7:40 left to go here inside of this contest. Our score is Oneida 49, Claiborne 9. That last scoring drive, 5 plays, 5 yards, still took 2 minutes and 8 seconds off the clock.
Yeah, so even a short play span drive like that, just 5 plays, but still managed to get a large chunk off of that clock. And that has been excellent at that this evening.
And now we are at a 40-point contest. So on this kickoff, the running clock should go into effect. Unfortunately for Claiborne, it looks like they will fall to 0-1 on the season. Here comes the kick. High end over end. It'll be taken and brought up to the 25, to the 30. And taken down near the 34-yard line. Looked to be, I believe that was Holland.
It's a good change of direction for the junior wide receiver Holland on the kickoff return. And for Claiborne here on this drive, late here in the 4th quarter, now at the running clock, you just hope for some consistency and maybe a score at the end of the drive to get at least some positivity here in the final minutes of the contest.
And Claiborne takes a timeout with 7:09 left to go. We'll take it with them. Our score, Oneida 49, Claiborne 9. Awesome. We have 7:09 left to go here inside of this contest. Oneida in control, leading 49-9. Claiborne just spending their second timeout. And it looks like we're going to get some fresh people in here for Claiborne as we'll have a backup quarterback. This is number 11, Challen Massengill.
A freshman, similar to Stone last year, who had to start the entire season. We'll see how Massengill looks.
Massengill will start with 2 receivers to his left side, 1 to the right. Back to right behind him and 1 off to the left. Massengill going to roll off right side, keep it himself this time. And he will be taken down way back at the backfield. And it looks like they'll mark him back to the 27-yard line for a loss of 7.
Great play in the backfield by the Oneida defensive lineman. As Massengill's first carry didn't go quite the way that the freshman wanted, but he will learn from those mistakes.
Claiborne huddle was actually in front of the offensive line, or in front of the line of scrimmage, I should say. Second down and long, 2 receivers left side, 1 to the right. Again, Massengill goes under the center. Pitch out to the left side. Trying to find some blocks, trying to stretch it out to the 30. Flag on the play. As that was Logan Daniels on the run, but I believe Eston's going to go farther back on holding.
Yeah, I believe you're right. I think that, actually, that is very correct. We get the signal from the official. And again, that's been a key area that has caused some trouble for Claiborne tonight. We know that Coach Medlin will be barking out orders for the Blue Devils, who will turn back to the Bulldogs following this evening to try and fix those penalties. And you want to limit as many flags as possible. And they've really been pretty lopsided tonight in terms of the penalties department.
Second down and 27 now upcoming here for the Blue Devils. Under 6 minutes left to go, fourth quarter. 1 receiver to the left side. 2 to the right. Massengill under the center, dropping, looking, throws across the middle, and it's incomplete. No flag for interference. That's a little bit of a surprise, as it was. I thought he came early.
I think he was a little bit early. It was Isaiah Jeffers, a sophomore linebacker, who clocked the intended receiver just as the ball was coming that way. Ball falls short and incomplete.
Again, clock is running as we're in runoff time at this point. Approaching 5 minutes left to go as the crowd here on the home side starts to thin out. It'll be third down and long. Third down and 27 upcoming here for the Blue Devils. 1 receiver to the left side, 2 to the right. Massengill goes under the center with 2 backs. Massengill tried to hand that one off and did so kind of late. Claiborne goes backwards. Loss of 3.
Yeah, I think there was a little miscommunication in the backfield, and by the time that the issue was solved, by the time that the ball carrier had the football in his hands, he was already being wrestled down to the ground by the defensive line. It'll be also interesting to see, Adam, as the regular season moves along, the next time that Claiborne will be at home will be basically a month from now, almost, having been on the road 3 straight times after this one. So it'll be a long time before the home crowd here in New Tazewell gets to see their Bulldogs again.
Of course, 2 of those 3 road games not that far. Middlesboro and Union County.
Yeah, pretty close. So.
And really, West Green over at Mossheim is only about an hour drive. Go over and watch them play West Green in regional action on the range. Of course, West Green's at Thomas Walker next week. That punt is blocked, and Oneida will recover it inside the 5-yard line.
Wow, what a job from Luke Jeffers, a defensive lineman, a junior of Oneida, to pounce on that punt attempt and then to be able to fall on top of it with Oneida now in goal line position again, just about near it.
Ball is at the Claiborne 4-yard line.
So we'll see if Claiborne can once again hold Oneida. Remember the last time they were in this scenario, they were able to stop the Indians until 4th down, and that's when the visitors converted.
Clock still running. Oneida's still not on the field. Don't know what they're waiting on here. Got to be getting to close to a delay of the game, I would think. Hancock County leads Cosby 29-7. We'll see the Indians next week when they take on Cumberland Gap. Here's the K and came out of first down, goal to go from the 4 for the Indians. 2 receivers to the left side. Low snap, and the running back gets pounded back at about the 19-yard line.
This time it was a handoff miscommunication on Oneida's side, and again, same result. The defense gets in there quickly and causes a big loss on first down.
Maryville leads Catholic 31-10. That's a interesting score.
Rebels always efficient in their regular season. Looks like they're about a 20-time defending champion, it feels like, in their class 3A.
Here's second down upcoming for Oneida. And the handoff will be stopped around, and again, another loss for Claiborne as it'll go back to the 12-yard line.
There's a late flag at the end of the play following the completion of the rush attempt. May have been something extracurricular. I'm not quite sure as to what the flag will be. We'll get our official word in a second.
While we were awaiting that, unofficially, Cumberland Gap has defeated Union County tonight by the score of 15-12. Again, unofficially, Union County has fallen to Cumberland Gap 15-12 as we get a personal foul against Oneida.
Wow. So Cumberland Gap advances to 1-0 again unofficially over Union County. We'll see if they can carry on that momentum to Hancock County, which it looks like
could be a battle of 1-0s.
Yeah, it should be. If they hold on against Cosby as we have a timeout on the field.
Oneida takes a timeout. We'll take it with them. 1:55 left to go. Oneida still leading this one, 49-9.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Third down and long here for the Indians. One receiver off to either side. Another handoff up the middle. And this is going to be, look at the right roster here, Wyatt Cox on the run. And that'll bring up fourth down for the Indians.
Oneida now with their second stringers in on the offensive side. Claiborne likewise on the opposite spectrum of the ball. And we'll see now with
Fourth down.
It's
actually a fourth down, goal to go. Ball resting at the 19-yard line of the Blue Devils.
So we'll see if Oneida tries to go for it just for these young guys' sakes to see what they come up with here.
Fourth down and goal. 2 receivers right side, none to the left. Quarterback shotgun. He'll hand off. Again, this is Cox over to the left side. He will not make it into the end zone, and we will have a turnover on downs.
First turnover of the evening for Oneida. Unfortunately, it comes with less than a minute to go here in the fourth quarter. A little bit too late for Claiborne. We'll see if next week against Middlesboro that defense can hold up a little bit more consistently for the Bulldogs as they will hit the road for 3 straight weekends.
Yeah, again, Claiborne will be at Middlesboro next week. Oneida will move to 1-0. They'll be at Gatlinburg-Pittman next week. We will be back in Cumberland Gap for the season, or for the home opener, I should say, for the 2018 season for the Panthers. They will be playing host to Hancock County. Looks like both those teams will be 1-0 going into that contest next Friday night. Less than 30 seconds left to go. Claiborne will have to run at least one play here. See what they get off. Two receivers to the left side, to the right on a K&K Metal first down. Moving people around with 5 seconds. Last play of the game. Throwing off, got a guy wide open, and it's caught at the 33, to the 35, 40, 45. Needs a block to the 50. Still on his feet to the 45, and finally gets spun around to the 42-yard line. As that one was caught by
Zach Daniels.
Or Logan, excuse me. Yeah, Logan Daniels. And that will do it for this particular contest. It's a final. Oneida defeats Claiborne tonight, 49-9. Folks, stay tuned. Post-game wrap-up coming up as we continue on with our Old Town Grill Game of the Week here on the LMU Sports Network.
It's the Old Town Grill.
The Old Town Grill is a special place where you bring more than family, more than friends. Bring a hearty appetite, because at the Old Town Grill, you'll never walk away hungry. A delicious change from the ordinary. The perfect place to bring the entire family. The best food and plenty of it. Join the fun and treat your appetite to something special.
It's the OTG.
The OTG is the place to be.
Make K&K Metal Sales your only stop for all your residential and commercial metal building needs. For the past 23 years, K&K Metal Sales has covered the tri-state area with quality custom roofing and siding with many grades, gauges, and colors in stock. If you're looking for complete steel or wood building packages or steel or wood trusses, K&K Metal Sales can help with that, as well as heavy-duty custom carports. Great folks and great prices. Stop by K&K Metal Sales located at 6986 Cumberland Gap Parkway or call 423-869-4261.
It's a final here at Claiborne High School as tonight the Oneida Indians improved to 1-0 in the 2018 season as they defeat the Claiborne Blue Devils tonight by the final score of 49-9. Next week, the Old Town Grill High School Game of the Week will go north of the river as we'll see the home opener for the Cumberland Gap Panthers as they'll play host to the Hancock County Indians. For everyone behind the scenes of our Old Town Grill High School Game of the Week, I'm Adam Haley, and we'll see you next week.